Well, well, well. The Cowboys are playing their final game. And the question is being, will Trey Lance play? I think we got the answer. But the issue is, will it be Sir Lance a lot or Sir Lance a little? Let's talk Cowboys. We're about to talk facts. Welcome, 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 Cowboy fans and Cowboy haters alike. I'm the G, and I'm the host of Let's Talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. And if you like this video, please don't forget at the end to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can help me grow this channel and we get out into that YouTube algorithm. Now let's talk facts. We have been begging. This fan base has been begging for Trey Lance to play this season. And the reason why, why we've been asking for Trey Lance is because, let's be honest, he's more talented than Cooper Rush. He may not be a better quarterback at this time, but he's more talented than Cooper Rush. The Cowboys only gave up a 4th-round draft pick for him. He's only been here for 2 years, paying him, $5.3 million this season? Everyone has been saying and everyone has been clamoring for, let's see Trey Lance. And every single week, we were getting the same answer. Well, not every single week. First, it was, we got the Trey Lance package. That didn't materialize. Then it became Cooper Rush gives us the best opportunity to win. And I didn't quite know what that meant before, but then I figured it out. This team literally thought they were going to make the playoffs with Cooper Rush. I'm not even going to give this a long discussion. That was absolute insanity. But I understand the fact that they were trying to sell that dream. But after you got eliminated, when the Washington Commanders, by hook or crook, they beat the Philadelphia Eagles, which officially eliminated the Dallas Cowboys. We were back to this thing again about, hey, why don't we play Trey Lance? Trey Lance should have been the starter against the Philadelphia Eagles. Trey Lance should be the starter this week. And I think I have the answer now to why the Cowboys may be doing and why they've done what they've done so far. So let's answer the question first, is Trey Lance playing? And then we'll answer the question of how much he may be playing. So Jerry Jones was asked this week if Trey Lance was going to play. Let's listen to Jerry Jones' answer.
When is the plan for Cooper Rush to start on Sunday?
We're, for obviously, if you will, competitive reasons, we're basically not saying until game day.
Really, Jerry? Ever since Cooper Rush has been starting, you have been saying Cooper Rush gives us the best opportunity to win. Mike McCarthy has been saying Cooper Rush gives us the best opportunity to win. But now that you're eliminated, which to me you were already eliminated, but I guess mathematically eliminated, but I digress. All of a sudden now you're saying for strategical reasons, you're not going to say who's playing? You just told us that he's playing, Jerry, because you're saying something different, so we know you're doing something different. But I'm going to let you hear Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones is a lot more direct than Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy, who's also singing a different song. Stephen Jones didn't get the memo. Let's roll it.
I know you don't want to tip your hat a little bit here, but there's a lot of talk about Trey Lance, and you had him in here, and with one game to go, do you expect maybe to see some of him, or is that something that you will just wait and see how the week plays out?
Well, this is comedy gold. Nick Eatman says, I know you don't want to tip your hand. Tip your hand? Cowboys are playing for absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. There's no expectations on this game. Jerry has already said this week, there is nothing that can occur in this game that will go into any decision-making they make as it pertains to Mike McCarthy's future or these players' future. Stop it. This isn't strategy. But let's listen to Stephen Jones' answer.
Well, I think we'll see how the week plays out. But, yes, I think we're going to see more of him and could see quite a bit of him. So, he's obviously worked his tail off. Cooper's done a great job with this team. But at the same time, we might want to take a good, long, hard look at Trey this weekend and see what he has. We'll see how practice goes during the week. Obviously, we've stressed it, from the moment that we got a little bit behind in the playoff race that we want to win football games. And certainly we want to win the Washington game. We've had a tough road to hoe here at home this year and love to give our loyal fans a good win against the Commanders.
Stephen Jones said they want to get a good, long, hard look at one Trey Lance. But there's another issue at hand. There's something else that has come up. Because the reason why I'm asking Sir Lance a little or Sir Lance a lot, Stephen Jones says they want to take a long, hard look at Trey Lance. As in, I really think that Jerry and Stephen like Trey Lance. I think they realize he's very talented, more talented than Cooper Rush. His upside is really good. So I think they really want to possibly bring him back as the actual backup and let Cooper Rush walk off into the sunset. But let me let you hear Jerry Jones, which now has my spider senses tingling, and especially since there is something else that occurred this week. But let me let you hear what Jerry Jones says in the follow-up question about Cooper Rush.
I know that there's been some discussion on what his bonuses, his incentives could do if he plays a certain amount of snaps. Does that ever play into decisions for guys being on the field? Who makes that decision? Does an agent pick up the phone and say, "Hey, by the way, my guy needs to hit this," and you're like, "All right, we got this"? How does that work?
No, it doesn't work that way, I'll tell you. It's usually a look at the past and see where they are. My understanding is that he's done well with his bonus so far this year. Now, he just by the nature of things, his bonus was structured that if something went awry with Dak, then he would have a better opportunity to create a bonus situation. Those are all team. That's for the team. Those are for the team. Those are to create the ability to get players and get them in position. And so usually I've never minded paying a bonus out because that meant the team was doing better or doing well because they were making a contribution that was possibly thought about when they made their contract. And it's come about, but that's the look at bonuses is always, in my experience, total hindsight, and never as you would look forward on a game-to-game basis.
So this little nugget right here has my spidey senses tingling that in all of that word salad that Jerry gave, he really didn't give the direct answer, but the question was simple: that will Cooper Rush's bonus potential have any bearing on him playing or how much Trey Lance plays? So let me just give you a little insight on what they're talking about with this whole bonus issue. It's so, I don't know if it's necessarily convoluted, but it's one of these things that just makes you go, wow, this is what we're going to do? let's look at it. Now, the Yard Barker is reporting, okay, Cooper Rush approaching major incentive in Week 18 with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I've watched the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns game, and you're going to see this entire last weekend. You're going to see a lot of players approaching these bonuses. And so some of these players in meaningless games, you're going to see them giving a maximum effort, whether it be sacks, tackles, interceptions, snaps played, touchdowns, thrown, caught. I mean, you just name it. There are so many bonuses that they put inside of these players' contracts to gain more money. I mean, you would be shocked if you look back at the bonuses of players. I mean, even the big money players. Man, they have incentives in these contracts, and you would be shocked at some of the bonus potential that these players have. And so you're going to see this entire weekend of players playing just to get these bonus incentives. And so it says here, Dallas Cowboys quarterback Cooper Rush has already earned a $250,000 incentive by playing 45% of the snaps this season. Rush, who has played 52.3% of the snaps, can earn another $250,000 if he reaches 55%. So this may figure into how much Trey Lance plays. Because if he's at 50, I mean, this is going to be some crazy math. I mean, so if he's at 55%, I mean, if he's at 52.3%, he needs 55%. So if you're going to run 60 plays, 75 plays maybe. So now you got to figure up, okay, what percentage of those plays does Cooper Rush have to get in order to get his 55%? I'm not about to do the math. I was not good at math like that. But that is telling us that Cooper Rush is going to play in this game for however long. It says Rush, it says he'll likely hit that mark if he plays in Sunday's finale against the Washington Commanders. Rush is well aware of his incentives. Well, of course he is. Of course he's well aware, according to Todd Archer. It says, yeah, there are incentives in the contract for a reason. Times like this, Rush said Thursday. So listen to his verbiage. I want it. And I'm not blaming him. I'm not blaming him. He wants it. He says, you'll see what happens. Those are always fun parts of the contracts. So now the same team that can't work the salary cap are now going to have a mathematician on the sidelines, or they've already figured this up of, okay, how many plays does Cooper Rush have to play on Sunday? If we run 60 plays, if we run 65 plays, if we run 70, if we run 50. So this is going to be a game of math. This is going to be a game of math. So what do you do? What do you do? How do you get him this bonus and also let Trey Lance play? This is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. This is the part of football that people don't understand and the part that people don't like. It's football business. It's football business. I mean, let's read some more of this, and then I'm going to show you something key in this whole incentive thing with Cooper Rush. It says, here's the thing. Dallas has yet to announce if Rush or Trey Lance will be under center at AT&T Stadium. No, Stephen Jones has let the cat out of the bag. If Lance plays, obviously, Rush will not hit the threshold for his incentive. Or will he? Or will he? I don't think this means he's not going to hit it. I would not be surprised if they're already trying to figure out how can they get Cooper Rush to hit this bonus. Me, if I'm the Cowboys, if it's legal, if I'm the Cowboys, I give Cooper Rush this bonus and say, man, go ahead and sit down. Great job this year. We appreciate what you did. You did exactly what a backup is supposed to do. I'm tired of people talking about that Cooper Rush was this above and beyond backup. No, he wasn't. He did exactly what you want a backup to do. 500. If you can get him to win a game over 500, good. If he can win a couple of games over 500, great. But no. I mean, he's done a good job. He's done the job of a backup. Give the man the bonus. Give the man the bonus. But at the same time, let's give the fans what they want. We want to see Trey Lance. We don't want to see no more Cooper Rush. We know what he is. And there's nothing he can do in this game except for that bonus. But all of this is leading me to believe that the Cowboys, and some people are all, upset like, oh, the Cowboys are not going to let Cooper Rush make get the bonus. I do think they're going to let him get the bonus. I do think they're going to try to let him get the bonus, but the problem is that means we're going to see less of Trey Lance depending upon how many plays that is. I mean, you're really going to be playing the math game here. It all depends on how many plays. I mean, can you really determine how many plays you're going to get in the game? I mean, you can guesstimate, but you really don't know how many. But then there's another monkey wrench in this thing. And this is why I'm saying Sir Lance-a-Lot or Sir Lance-a-Little. Because now it has been reported the Cowboys have signed another quarterback to the active roster. The Dallas Cowboys have added Will Grier to the active roster ahead of their final regular season game against the Washington Commanders. They made the move on Saturday, just one day before Sunday's game. Grier is the third quarterback on the quarterback's active roster behind Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. Rush and Lance are expected to get reps. Here we go. Against the Commanders on Sunday as the Cowboys go for the season sweep over the Commanders. And I want to skip down because they basically created a roster spot. They created a roster spot for Will Grier. So now the Cowboys have added Will Grier to the mix. He's on the active roster. Why would they do that? So that leads me to three scenarios in conclusion. One, Cooper Rush doesn't play, doesn't get the bonus, he's inactive. Trey Lance is the starter, Will Grier is the backup. Number two, Cooper Rush is inactive, doesn't get the bonus. We're going to see Trey Lance and Will Grier. And then there's number three. And this is the one that may be the most likely. The Cowboys are going to try and estimate how many plays do they need for Cooper Rush. And Cooper Rush is going to start this game, and Cooper Rush may even play the first 2 quarters of the game. Then we're going to see Trey Lance come in and finish the second half of the game, along with even letting Will Grier get some action in there. And in this worst case scenario, the Cowboys may play all 3 of these quarterbacks. How insane is that? How is that a long, hard look at Trey Lance? And even if there's a fourth, that maybe Will Grier, it doesn't make sense to bring Will Grier to the active roster if he doesn't play. Because if Cooper Rush is going to be on the active roster, he can be the backup. So the only 2 that make sense is really number 2 and 3. It's going to be interesting to see how this turns out tomorrow. But, man, what can you say? This is the Dallas Cowboys. This is just some of the things that you get. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Scenario 1, 2, or 3. Trey Lance the whole game. all three of them splitting it up, or Trey Lance and Will Greer being the backup and Cooper Rush being inactive. I mean, y'all tell me what you think is going to happen of the three. I don't know. I'm just excited for this to be the last game. I'm excited to see Trey Lance play for however long it is and put an end to a season that, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at it, it's been an absolute nightmare. Again, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Until the next time, let's talk Cowboys, where we talk facts. Peace.